What you want? Baby, I got it. We're talking about what do you want today? Stick around. You are enjoying the Step Out and Thrive podcast. Welcome back to the Step Out and Thrive podcast. My name is Bethany B. Joy. And if this is your first time here, welcome. Take your shoes off, grab a sweet tea or whatever beverage of your choice, because this place is designed for those who find themselves continually pouring out. Maybe you're a parent. Maybe you're a grandparent. Maybe you're a teacher. Maybe you're a coach or counselor, constantly meeting with people day in and day out. And sometimes you just go, does anybody really see me? Can I have a place where I can just take off my counselor hat, my coach hat, my boss hat, and just be myself? Well, that's what the Step Out and Thrive community is. We have this podcast, but we also have a community where people can belong and become who God has created them to be, and have people who really believe in them for who they are, not just because of what they do. That sounds like an interesting place for you? Well, we'd love to have you. You can check us out at community.stepoutandthrive.com. But I want you to stick around here because we're in the middle of a curious question series that began with people actually calling me out in a nice way and say, Bethany, that was such a good question. I need to write that down. Many times I wouldn't, and I just thought, you know what? This would be a great excuse for me to actually go back to some of my clients and my people and go, what questions have really helped you, so that I can record them, but also I'm sharing them with you, because there's a lot of times where these questions, really, if God can ask me that question, or maybe I need to ask God that question, or maybe I need to ask myself that question, or maybe I need to ask other people that question, or I need them to ask me that question. Curiosity is a gateway to deep connection. Many times we miss that. So today's question is, what do you want? Now, when I first heard this, I was like, did I really ask that? Because I'm always, once in a while, if you're a parent, just keeping it real, you know you've had that time when your kids are constantly pulling on your shirt or asking for your attention or having this conversation with you, and you're either trying to do the dishes or do something, and you're thinking, at least you're thinking, if you're not asking, like, what do you want, right? That's how I first heard it. I'm like, I don't ask that question. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do ask that question. And hold on just a second. Sit. The mailman came. So if you're watching this live, and I decided not to edit that out, the mailman came. What do I want? I want the mailman to not come because I have no idea what that was. And you hear my dog. So there you go. Reality here, right in the middle of recording. So what do you want? That's how I originally heard that. I'm like, I don't ask that. And I do. I actually ask it more times than I realize. We do Check-in Thursday. We do it almost every other week. It's usually the second and the fourth Thursday of the month for our paying Step Out and Thrive community members. And during that session, when people check in, they share a little bit about what God is doing. They emotionally check in. Wow, I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling scared. They maybe share a little bit why they're doing that. And then the question that I often ask, I don't quite say it like that, I don't think, but maybe I do. I go, how can we best be with you? In other words, what do you want? What do you need from the group right now? What do you want? Do you know how many of us struggle answering that question? Sometimes we constantly ask for attention, or we ask for different things, and we have no idea what we're really wanting. We haven't been still long enough to really get curious about that. It's such a foundational skill. It's one of the earliest skills that we develop as a kid, and most of us struggle with it because we haven't excelled in it. We really haven't excelled in it. So when we ask somebody, what do you want? How can the group best be with you? This is a challenge that I've done with my group, and there's different ways of doing it. But a lot of times when people check in, they don't know what they want. So we have options. Inside Step Out and Thrive, we have different options. We can just be with you. We can sit with you. We can ask you curious questions. I wonder where that came from. We can give you stories or advice if that's what you would need. We can pray with you. We can listen to Jesus with you. There's so many different choices that we offer there. So here's the thing. When you find yourself in a situation where somebody is coming to you with a deep need, with a deep longing, or maybe invoking some kind of emotion in you, how can you respond? Not by assuming you know what they need. Instead, you can respond with that question. How can I best be with you right now? In other words, what do you want? You might not say it like that. I might need to reword that. But that's essentially what you're asking. What do you want? What do you need? How can I best be with you? And then if they go, offer them some ideas. What does that say? That says that that person has autonomy. That person has a choice. That person is a real person. That they're not stuck. We talked about that previously in a previous week. That they're not stuck. That they might just be afraid. When we offer them that question to sit with and choices, we invite relationship, especially when we don't try to fix. This has been the gateway for so many different things. Because so many times either I'll be focused on something, or I know for me as a coach, oh my goodness, there's been so many times when I first started that I was like, somebody would share what they were presenting and what they were feeling, and I just felt overwhelmed. I'm like, God, what am I supposed to do? God, show me what I'm supposed to do in this situation. I don't know what to do with this. And it wasn't until years later, because of Luke 10, I learned how to ask these curious questions. How can we best be with you? And I learned ways that I can just be with people and I can let them decide and I can let them choose. Wow. And yes, it does take time. And sometimes people may not have an answer for you right away. And you go, that's fine. I'll sit here with you. I'll wait. I want you to know what you want. And I want to be able to be that with you and give that with you. I hope this has been helpful. My challenge for you this week is, I know pretty much 9 times out of 10, you will find yourself in a situation this week when you can ask somebody that question. Unless you're one of those people that just don't like being with people. And if you're one of those people, you probably wouldn't be watching this podcast. So just saying, you're probably one of those people that have people coming to you. So practice asking that question. Do not respond, what do you want? Go ahead and think of a way that you can say that in a way that sounds reasonable for you. You could even say, wow, what I want in this situation is to know how I can best be with you. Wow. Be creative the way you ask that. Maybe to your kid, maybe to your spouse, maybe to a coworker, maybe to a boss. Find yourself in that situation. It's a great question as well. I've had God ask me that question before. And I'm like, I don't know what I want. And he'll just sit there with me until I'm able to sit there and realize, okay, this is what I want. This is what I need right now. Amazing what kind of doors and the connections that opens. So again, I'm hoping you're learning in this series how to be curious. And again, you can join the community at the free level, and you can even post on there, hey, this is the podcast that I'm watching, and she wants us to ask this question, and I don't know how to ask it. Or this happened to me, or whatever. It's a great, safe place to come and be part. And there's also paid levels too, where you can join Check-In Thursday and some of these live groups that we do. We'd love to have you be a part of that. But most of all, walk away with knowing, dare to do more than just survive. Get curious so you can step out and thrive. See you guys back here next week. Bye. Thanks for enjoying today's Step Out and Thrive podcast, the one place that you can always count to dare to do more than just survive, to step out and thrive. As always, for more information, please check out BethanyBjoy.com or StepOutandThrive.com.